Well, Danny, this is really cool. This is kind of a newer car for me to be doing. This is an 84, right?
Yes.
84 Monte Carlo SS.
Correct.
I saw it and went, man, they're usually not that clean.
Mm-hmm.
I got closer and I said, man, they're never that clean.
Mm-hmm. That's for sure.
And then I saw your sign. It says it's got 5,600 original miles on it.
That is correct. When I purchased it, it had 5,100 miles on it, and just through our driving tour shows and stuff like that, it gains 500 miles.
How do you find an 84 car with 5,100 miles on it?
Well, first off, you look for a very long time, you get very finicky, and then once you decide to pull the trigger on something like that, you got to be ready to pay if they're asking for it.
Another one's not going to come right along.
That is correct. Me and the wife looked for one for years, and we really turned down a lot.
Really?
And with this one right here, we found it, we looked at it, we decided we wanted it, and so we purchased it.
So do you have a history with these?
Yes, I owned one back in the day. I had my first one when me and the wife were dating, and then whenever we had our first child, couldn't put him in the back seat.
It's tricky with the two-door.
Yeah,
isn't it?
the two-door was a little on the tough side. We ended up selling it, and always had seller's remorse and stuff like that there. So, but we turned around and we kind of put it on the back burner. Life happened, and one day we decided, okay, let's start looking for one.
So where'd you find it?
I found this one in Nashville, Tennessee. We went, we test drove, we liked, and so we purchased.
Man, I mean, it had to have been stored in a bubble because this thing it's perfect.
It is clean, and we try to keep it that way, and it is a conditioned car. It stays parked in its own garage. We try to keep as much dust off of it as possible, but it's a car.
It's a car.
And it's gonna get dirty and stuff like that.
All this was plastic, right?
That's correct.
Because that's usually broken and faded and beat up.
That is correct. This one actually aged really well. We were lucky to find one in such good condition because that is one of the things. The plastic doesn't hold up quite as well. It wants to settle on you.
Yep.
To where
it gets a little wavy.
That's it. That's it there. So.
Well, you know, in the blacked out headlight surrounds and the blacked out spoiler, it's all perfect. These only came in a few colors, didn't they?
Correct. The 84 came in only this blue, and they also came in white. When you see out of 10 of them, 9 of them will be blue, 1 of them will be white.
How about that?
And I guess the white just didn't transfer and stuff like that there.
Well, you also look like you got the factory wheels on it.
That is correct. When we bought it, it still had the original wheels on it, which came with Eagle GTs, and they were flat on the bottom, and so it rolled like an old wagon and stuff like that there. So with same original rims, original colors and everything. So.
Well, and your interior, because this stuff didn't wear particularly well. It was great new.
Yeah, brand new. Was good, nice and tight. Whenever it got a little age on it from hot cold sessions, the foam would detach from the cloth. When we found this one, I looked at it, we talked about it, and we ended up with it. That's
pretty well can't beat it. Is this a radio delete car?
This is a radio delete car.
There's no radio in there.
The car, when it came from the factory on the base model, had AM/FM radio on it.
Yeah.
They had to order this special
without the radio. Well, you're
stuff.
going to save 12 ounces there.
Oh yeah, well, we wouldn't want all that extra weight and stuff like that there. So,
but boy, you know, and the other thing is that even your gold trim on the plastic console, on the genuine simulated burl wood plastic console.
There you go, you nailed it.
Nailed it right there. But the trim's even perfect. I just can't believe this thing. I mean, this was the NASCAR, basically
that's
Dale
correct.
Earnhardt's car, right?
That's correct. Oh, him and Jeff Gordon when they were teammates. And like I said, I'm not a big NASCAR fan, but they had to make something to produce to be able to put it on the track, and this is what they had.
This is when they kind of looked like the cars that were being produced.
Correct.
But that's such a NASCAR back there, you know, flat, and this was a stock piece, I'm sure.
Yes, it is.
You know, and the roof line there and everything, just so crisp.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure it's just as original under the hood as it is outside. Let's go look and see what you got.
Let's go.
Let's have a look at this baby, Danny.
All right.
Wow, that's pretty clean too.
1984 vintage plastic.
Everywhere. So what's the displacement?
So 305 HO. It has 185 horsepower, factory air, and all the accoutrements.
Well, you know, in '84, 195, 185, so that was about all the horses you got.
That was the going bargain and stuff like that there. So
that's what you're gonna get.
But
boy, you can tell this hasn't seen a lot of road work. It is just amazing. Usually your insulation under here, which is now, 40 years old, is usually fallen off and everything. And, you know, it shows its age just from the passage of time, but it's all there.
That's
and even
correct.
the depressions that are supposed to be there are all there.
Yeah. I said, now you can see a little tattering here, there, and yonder, but guess what? Everybody at 40 years old has a little tattering on them and stuff like that.
Tell me about it. Man, I really dig this car, because this was the first year for this body style. Is that right?
That is correct. They went from 84 to 88.
So where are you from?
I'm from Church Point, Louisiana.
Well, I could tell it was somewhere down around here.
That's it. Well, it's a little town near Lafayette, Louisiana.
So have you been to Cruisin before?
Yes, this makes about our 10th year coming, and maybe our 8th year with vehicles here. We truly enjoy it because it gives you a chance to see cars that you don't normally see. They're not just static. As a matter of fact, it's a whole family trip. My year is set by, we do everything around Cruisin the Coast.
This is the cleanest, finest 84 Monte Carlo SS I have seen since 1984.
There we go. And we enjoy it and stuff like that.
Thanks for bringing this baby out.
Thank you, sir.
That's awesome.